Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Garrison for Guitar. Today's video is going to be my opinion on whether you can play the electric guitar if you play the acoustic guitar. Long story short, you'll be happy to hear, yes you can. Most definitely you can play the electric guitar if you play the acoustic guitar. Now, why most people start off with an acoustic guitar or why it's advised for someone to start off playing the acoustic guitar is because playing the guitar is as most of you would know if you're watching this video. It's a big commitment. It's definitely a lot harder than you think it's gonna be. So the acoustic guitar is mainly less of a financial commitment. It's not that taxing on the wallet, and it enables you to gauge just how serious you want to be about this hobby, or whether you want to put it down and move on to something new as well. That's something that a lot of people who want to learn guitar go through. They just realize it's not for them, and that's completely fine. So if you're of the impression that you shouldn't be learning electric guitar songs because you don't have an electric guitar and you have to wait until you get the right electric guitar to learn those songs, that's not the case. You can definitely start learning them on the acoustic guitar, and let me tell you why that's beneficial. It's because the average acoustic guitar neck is a lot more resistant to your fingers than the average electric guitar neck, which basically means it's easier to fret down notes on an electric guitar. So if you're learning a song designed for an electric guitar on an acoustic guitar, which is slightly more difficult to hold down in terms of frets, you're basically going to become stronger for the time that you do decide to make the switch to electric guitar. Now, why people do play the electric guitar altogether is because there are a bunch of techniques that work well on an electric guitar. Like if you take the concept of power chords is basically two notes, all right, on the guitar, and one is normally, an open string. In most cases, a lot of metal songs have chugging on the E minor power chord, which is just the open sixth string and the second fret on the fifth string or the A string. And when you have an electric guitar that can be distorted, when I say distorted, it means that you can make it sound different by putting on the distortion on your amplifier. You could have a distortion pedal. You could create patches on a processor for the guitar. Now, what that enables the electric guitar to do is make just those two notes sound more textural, sound more heavy, sound more rich. All right, and that's why certain songs are played on the electric guitar, because they can do that. They have that capability. But can you physically play a power chord on an acoustic guitar? Yes, you can. Can you play it the same way you would play it on an electric guitar? Yes, you can. Can you play back to back chords like you would on an electric guitar? Yes, you can. Does it help you build confidence in playing rock guitar riffs or metal guitar riffs, or when you play it on an acoustic guitar? Most definitely it does. Should you not play any of these genres because you don't have an electric guitar? No, please start playing whatever song you want to play on an acoustic guitar, even if it is for electric guitar. Now, when it comes to actually getting your electric guitar, one of the things you want to keep in mind is that you're gonna have to find your sound. For example, if you are vaguely familiar with electric guitars, you're gonna know that Fender guitars or the Stratocaster shaped guitars are more twangy in nature. They lean more towards the high pitched trebly strings, and those are the strings that have a lot of preference on a Fender guitar. Whereas the polar opposite of that is a Gibson Les Paul guitar or even a Gibson SG guitar. Now, those guitars, they provide you a very low, grumbling, holistic, rich sound, and that's especially specialty tone. And based on your influences, based on the music that you like, based on who your favorite, top three guitarists would be, you're gonna be able to, ascertain what type of guitar you want to play on. So that is a consideration. What type of guitar you want when it's an electric guitar? Do you want it to be even a semi-hollow body electric guitar might be interesting for you. Then second is the brands of the electric guitar. Maybe you don't want to go for a top tier Fender electric guitar. Maybe you can't afford it. Maybe you just don't. Maybe it's the same thing. Maybe you don't know for how long you're going to be able to commit to this hobby. Therefore, you don't want to sink $2,000 into a limited edition Fender Stratocaster or a limited edition Gibson Les Paul, gold top from 1959. Maybe you don't want to pay that kind of money for something you're not certain with. So you have this, the second tier brands, or what I have is an Epiphone Les Paul, which is the younger brother or the younger cousin of a Gibson Les Paul, because it's based on the same design, but it's built with cheaper wood, cheaper you know hardware and all of that stuff. It's still an amazing guitar. I've had it since 2011, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's 10 years. I've had it for a decade, and I don't have any complaints about it. So that's that. Similarly, Fender has its own, um, you know, cheaper younger brother called Squire. So Squire makes Stratocaster as well, and you can look into that. You can also look into brands like Yamaha, Ibanez. These uh, guitar brands make cheaper guitars for the beginner in terms of acoustic guitars and electric guitars. So, I mean, you're gonna have to do some research based on the sound that you want, and the best thing you could do for yourself if you're completely, clueless about what you want, you can actually, if you have a guitar teacher, he's gonna be able to gauge, where your level of expertise lies on the guitar, and what type of guitar would suit your playing style, or the genres that you're interested in, and he'd be able to point you out. If you don't have a guitar teacher, if you're self-taught, then I would really ask you to introspect, figure out what the genres are that you like, and then after that, what you can do is take a trip down to a guitar store near you. I mean, if you're in the US, I know they have a Guitar Center there, and I would love to go to Guitar Center and just trip out over there in that store for a while. If you're in India, you could look at Bharat musicals, you can look at Furtados. Wherever you are, you can basically hunt for the good music stores that have a lot of range when it comes to their products, and just go there and tell any of the shopkeepers or the guys who work there what your requirements are, and therefore what type of a guitar you want, and they're gonna run you through some different price ranges and guitars that have a different set of capabilities, and then you just go ahead, make the payment, pick one, and stick with it. So I think this question of can I play the electric guitar if I have an acoustic guitar only arises because we've created a divide between the two instruments based on the fact that we won't commit to it, or if it's a parent buying the guitar, then the parent thinks that their kid won't commit to it. In fact, my first guitar was an acoustic guitar, and I kept bugging my mom and saying that I want an electric guitar, I want an electric guitar. And I think 2 years later, I told my guitar teacher in my guitar school, in my music school, pardon me, that yo, I've been with you for 2 years. I've given two exams under you. I've done well. I practice. I do my scales. I do my ear training. I do everything that you asked me to do. Could you just help me out this one time and convince my mom to get me an electric guitar? And he said okay, and that's how I got my first Ibanez Geostar, it was called at that time, and it was a really nice guitar. And 4 or 5 years later, I got myself the Epiphone Les Paul I was talking about. So I think that's why there is a divide between whether you can play electric guitar songs if you have an acoustic guitar, or are you good enough to play the electric guitar if you play the acoustic guitar. But that's actually not the case, and I just thought I'd speak to you guys about this and let you know my honest opinion that if you're serious about the guitar, if you feel like you do want to make a financial commitment to it as well as a psychological and time-based commitment to the instrument, and you wanna justify that to yourself by getting an electric guitar, then get it. Your abilities to play the guitar do not at all come first when it comes to this decision, but more than that, it's your willpower to play the guitar that should determine whether you have an electric guitar or not. That being said, I'm gonna end this video right here. I've gone on for about 10 minutes, and I'm happy that I told you right in the start of the video that yes, you can play an electric guitar if you play an acoustic guitar. And I'm gonna sign off right now. It's actually quite late in the night. And until next time, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, smash the like button. If you're new to my channel and if what I told you put your mind at ease about a few things, then please do subscribe to my channel so I can bring you more content like this. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for your time.